Okay, this video will have to be short and bitter. It's 2/17/9, February 17th. I'm going to do a Firewire thing because there's so many things going on. Japan's economy shrinks most in 35 years, down 3%. That's a massive deal. Or excuse, what was it, 13%, I think. It was just amazing. Anyway, there is so much going on. It's just amazing. You know, gold at 969, S&P going under 800, the Dow is down 250, Nasdaq at 1492, 10-year 2.727, 30-year 3.53, oil at 35, and then the G7 meeting in Rome. I want to go over that, but of course they were really bearish. So there's this disconnect between these people that want to see the bright side. I mean, there's still people, believe it or not, there's people saying you should average costs down on stocks, which means keep buying stocks on the way down. The other people are finally facing reality and say, just don't buy stocks. Obviously, don't buy stocks, and I'm happy for those that followed my advice to liquidate their 401ks and get out of all stocks 18 months ago. Obviously, extremely happy. Still not time to get back into stocks. Of course, Newmont would have been good to get into. But gold is hard to figure out right now. It's a fear play. We're in a deflationary environment, and that will continue in most things. But gold is just pure fear. That people are. It's weird, you know. T-bond prices going up because interest rates are going down on the 30-year bond, and gold going up. Very interesting situation to watch. Right now we have deflation, and of course all of my viewers, and I thank everybody for watching, and those that have ordered the DVD, thanks for ordering the DVD. I know some people are in foreign markets. I haven't been able to get to the post office yet, but I will get to the post office and mail those out. So some of you got your DVDs overseas, and I'll do another overseas mailing. Okay, back to everything. This bank stress test, Tim's program's obviously not going to work, and the market's anticipating it's not going to work. Somebody mentioned $2 trillion deficits today. It's just a massive stuff. China has a stimulus package, $600 billion. Silver at 14. You know, some people, I was talking to people in person, people on the net. Yeah, buy a bag of silver, junk coins. You should, even at this price. I think gold's going to continue to gyrate. It's hard to make a prediction because, you know, you got to find out if Obama and Tim are going to say, hey, here's another $700 billion, here's where it's going. And as you noticed, that great congressman threw the whole bill on the floor. Nobody read it. Nobody read it. I mean, I read slow and deliberately, but trying to read, over 1,000 pages during the middle of the night or right before, not going to work. You know, I'm just so busy. I say, hey, time to short GM. Well, GM's already down at $2 a share, down 11%. B of A under $5 a share. Somebody made a good point, an analyst on CNBC, I think it was, B of A, $640 billion in consumer loans, $340 in commercial loans. So B of A obviously will go down more. And then, of course, the big three automakers today trying to tell Congress what's going on. They're going under, and somebody made a good point when the bondholders, you know, the government's become the bondholders, they'll control the boards, and so we're going to have massive government-run entities. The other thing that's going on for you folks in Europe, and thanks to people in Europe and Australia, Canada that watch my videos, I know I'm talking fast, but I got to. Eastern European banks, you know, David Faber made an interesting point on Latvia that they were backed by, I think, you know, Swedish banks or Swiss banks, something like that. So we have Eastern European banks in trouble, backed by Western European banks, which are now in trouble. And Moody's, the huge rating agency, is about to downgrade, it looks like, some of Europe's largest banks. So no question the crisis is worldwide, and you know what we're going to have. And I'll tell you now, because as you viewers know, especially the ones that have been watching or those that will go back and watch videos I posted almost 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, we will see one huge central bank. So we're going to watch the demise of bank after bank after bank, and when a bank gets downgraded, that's one of the steps on the way to that happening. Of course, the whole bad bank idea, you know, they tried to get that out of the media because it was just too much. Anyway, super busy. Bankers face strict pay cap. Of course, a lot of talent will exit the banking system. There's just so much stuff here. Stimulus bill, no, not going to work. Got to read this, but here's what's going on, okay? There's fear in the market. That's what's going on with gold. There's fear. People don't know what to do. So I need to pretty much form a strategy, maybe a fund, to take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime trade on shorting the 30-year bond. I need to look at specifics, what instrument's going to be best. I know I've got traders out there. I got people that don't have no clue what I'm talking about. You know, it's just everybody has a different knowledge base. But the 30-year bond is setting up for the trade of a lifetime. The trade of a lifetime. right now people are going there because of fear, but it's absolute insanity to be lending your money to the U.S. government for 30 years at 3.53%. It's insanity. But most people are insane, so I know people think we are insane for being sane and being realists. But the people that make these contrarian trades will have tremendous, massive returns. And what does MOT think you should invest those in? Of course, chickens, seeds, and get ready. In fact, Donald Trump, instead of doing another casino hotel, Don, here's what you should do. Donald, whatever. Mr. Trump, what you should do is forget the casino things, which is a useless thing. It's just a waste of time, okay? Go do something real. Build some self-sufficient communities. It would be huge, massive. Any developer smart enough to do that would be huge. And I'm talking about it. I will get it. It might be a small community, but I will do one. I'm determined to do one. But that's where it's at. Self-sufficient communities with intelligent people. And the most intelligent people will be there. And the least intelligent people will keep believing in this massively debt-laden system. Anyway, got a billion things to do. Take care. Thanks for watching. Adios, amigos.